That would be an honor. Again, I really appreciate everyone being so chill and so kind about all this scruff today, and like me kind of being not prepared for certain things. I really appreciate that. I know that there are some people out there who can be really harsh. That would be amazing. If I could get like a sponsor, that would be cool. You know? Then that would be the first time I've ever had anything like that happen. Sure. Victory howl? Ow! Okay, here we go. Ow! There we go. Victory howl for effort. There we go. A sponsor would be amazing, but you know, I still will do that kind of content even without a sponsor because I enjoy doing it. But it would be very cool. And I would feel like I was doing something good by being able to say, hey, like, you know, I'm being sponsored by this company, but I'm giving like an honest review kind of thing, you know. Comfy kitsunes and snacks sounds like a promising combo. It does, and it is. I'm always very surprised how many people love my snack taste test videos and streams and stuff that I do. Well, you can't go wrong with a Kitsune Princess being a sponsor for a company like that, given that my name is Sakura. So, anyway, but if it happens, you know, and it'll just be a process. However it goes, but I'm looking forward to doing my taste test tomorrow and giving you my thoughts and seeing what's in the box, because I've heard that there might be some interesting things in there, so I'm excited. I think it's just been kind of interesting for me too, because, you know, sometimes I end up being really hard on myself. And I know that I shouldn't be that hard on myself, and like earlier today was one of those times, really, because I hadn't been around that game. I hadn't done Okami for a couple of weeks. And then to realize, oh, okay, it's gonna be this kind of area. Oh boy, you know, I was just like, okay, I should have researched this. I should have watched some of this ahead of time. And I just kind of assumed that it was going to be like straightforward kind of thing. And no, and then, you know, with the other game and stuff, I was not expecting to have problems with my save data on that one either. So I'm just kind of like, This is also another reason why I don't, and I know I said this last stream too, but I think it deserves to get repeated. This is kind of one of the reasons why I don't just, like, do things on the fly on a stream. Because I'm just so used to living my life with, like, random things happening. Either with my own body or my own processing or my own stuff, or if it's not my own body or my own disabilities creating a problem, it's something not working the way it's supposed to. So I end up having this personality that's very much like, no, if I'm gonna do something, I have to prepare ahead of time, and I have to know exactly what I'm doing in exactly what order. So it's kind of one of the reasons I don't really do things in the same way that other streamers might do, where they're just like, hey, I'm gonna go do this now, and I'm just like, I can't do that. Like, it's not really in my personality. And I think with my life experience, living with multiple disabilities in a way, I think it's just made it so that my personality is, like, I can be spontaneous, but, like, with the life experience that I've had, it's very difficult to be spontaneous. Because for even me to go out and do something fun, there's, like, a lot of planning. Like, can I even get in the building? Can I even get over to the fun location? You know, all this kind of stuff that, like, people don't think about. And I don't share what I'm sharing to just be like, oh, feel bad for me and stuff. No. I'm just kind of sharing it because I want people to understand. Like, it's not that I don't have, like, spontaneity. It's not that I don't want to do, like, new things or, like, take risks or whatever. But it's just, with my life experience, it's kind of difficult, and it's kind of difficult to explain that to somebody who has not experienced that, where they don't really live in a world where it's like, what's my body gonna do now? What's my brain gonna do now? Like, what's gonna happen to the technology that I need, you know? And so it can be very stressful. But that's why I do my best when I'm on stream. That's why I do my best to feel comfortable and give off the comfy vibe. Because that's really what I want. I don't want to have stress. And that's obviously not what I want to bring into the world, you know? That's not what I'm here for. But it does mean that I have to prepare a lot. I feel like I do anyway, because if I don't, I just feel like I'm not as put together. I think Twitch does allow you to make... I don't know if it allows my audience members to make longer clips, but oh my goodness. Thank you for gifting subs. Thank you so much. But even if you can't make longer clips, I can always try to clip up some stuff myself, which I usually do after stream anyway. So if you think some of what I was just talking about is, like, useful and you want to have a clip, then maybe I can work on getting a clip and then share it and see what you all think. Yeah, there's a highlight. Can audience members make highlights, or is it just me who can make a highlight? But yeah, I can take a look at the VOD later and make a clip. Please be sure, everybody, to thank Grizzly Bear for gifting subs. Make sure to thank them if you received a gifted sub. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It is so appreciated. Thank you. But anyway, I don't typically talk about that stuff because I want people to feel bad. I only share about it because I want people to understand that when you see me behaving certain ways on stream, it's not because like I'm having a bad day or I'm just stubborn or I don't take suggestions or whatever. Or just that I don't have I don't know what I'm trying to say, but I just want to say it because I just want people to know, yes, I do have a lot of these things that I'm working with, and sometimes they really work against me. And I kind of know that they do, how could I not know that? I have lived with my various disabilities for my whole life, so I know what's working against me, but even so, I do my best to work around it, in a way. I do my best to do what I can the way I can, and I at least try to give it my best. But as a result, it means that sometimes there are games and other things that I might attempt to play that I might not get very far in, or that I might have to set aside. And I know that a lot of other non-disabled streamers don't really have to put up with that. They don't really have to deal with that. And I do, and some of my friends who are also disabled have their own things like that they have to deal with. So it really means a lot to me that all of you can be so patient and so kind. Because there are a lot of people who are not patient and who are not kind. And some of my friends have gotten some really nasty messages about, well, if you can't do this or that as a streamer, you shouldn't even bother streaming. And thankfully, I haven't gotten any messages like that, but as I've said before, I'm kind of prepared for, when or if I get messages like that, but I've had to see my friends get messages who have disabilities, and people are like, oh, you shouldn't even be a streamer because, whatever. And I'm just like, dude, you have nothing better to do? This person is doing their best, okay? They're not working without issues. Do you really have to, do that to people? I don't understand this, but anyway, that's why it's I want to be on here, and I want to be on here for, representation, kind of, because, yeah, I'm not good at games. I struggle at things that most people shouldn't struggle with, but if I enjoy playing them, I want to be able to play them at least a little bit and see what they're like. And if I decide not to play them anymore, that's, that's a decision that I'll make. But yeah, it's just, I try not to focus on how mean people can be to other people who are just trying to do a good thing. And so I try not to think about it a lot, and I try not to put my attention on it. Did somebody just send me a game? My Steam sent me a notice. Somebody did just send me a game. Thank you. They gifted me one shot. I'm gonna accept it. Thank you so much.
Yes. Have confidence.
Chocolate? Chocolate!
Chocolate! Chocolate! I love that one. Yes. Corona is wise doggo. Yes. I love Corona. I think it's gonna be a good game. I have watched some people play it. It's called One Shot. So I'll have to like mess around with it a little bit and see what I think.
What the foxy?
Oh, that's what this fox says, and you can't change my mind. So anyway, I do want to be able to complete some games, but I think I need to prep more. Instead of like assuming that, oh, it's gonna be fine, that nothing has happened, or that I'm not gonna need to, check on things. I think this is just a good reminder that as much as I have my routines of checking things, I really need to do a little bit more preparation before my first stream of the weekend. Especially for games that I haven't played in a while. But anyway, I still really appreciate everyone being so chill and so kind.